Taurus, welcome to Moonbeam's Messages. This is your collective love reading. As this is a collective reading, not everything will resonate, so please only take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Now, this could be related to a past, present, or future person. I just realised as I'm shuffling, then I've got some cards the wrong way. So I've got a Three of Swords and a Justice, just in case they are relevant to you. I don't think they are, but there is a Three of Swords there suggesting some heartbreak and justice. So finally getting what you deserve, but I say it's not clearly up the wrong way for some reason. We'll see if they come out again. It could be relevant for some of you. Yeah, as I was saying, this is a collective reading. Now, it could be about your past, present, or future person, whatever message Spirit wants to bring out. Now, please do bear in mind as well that you could have already experienced this, or it could still be come up in the future. But if you do want to, if nothing resonates, then please check out your other placements because you're likely to find one that resonates for you in there. So let's get straight into this. So Spirit, can we get some cards, please, for Taurus, for what's going on in love for them at the moment? Okay, so maybe that Three of Swords and the Justice might have been relevant to yourselves. We have the Hierophant here in the reverse. Now, this is suggesting to me that you may be going through a lack of faith at the moment. This is like an overlying or underlying energy. There could be a lack of commitment here, a lack of faith that a relationship is moving anywhere. It could just be that it's not even, how do I put it? It might not be something where you're in a committed relationship, something where you might just see it being short term and not a higher level of commitment. Just seeing there is a lot of glare, just bear with me. Apologies, just close the curtains to get rid of the glare. Right, so yeah, it definitely looks as though there could be a lack of hope, something where it's either falling apart or you're not really looking at this, whatever connection you're in, being a long term commitment. Could suggest as well that there is a divorce, a separation, and that kind of thing. Now, in your particular energy, we have she's a page of coins, a page of pentacles, coins, pentacles, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, it's like a big fat coin on this one. Now this is suggesting to me that you don't know what direction to move in. It suggests that you're feeling a little bit hopeless, a little bit aimless at the moment. You don't know what to quite do with yourself. You don't know which way to turn. You don't know what direction to go into. Now this energy could be your person's, but it is in your particular space. But whichever one resonates better with you, this one and this one can be swapped around. But this one is supposed to be you, so I'm going to refer to it as being you. Yeah, so it's Earth energy as well, so definitely suggests that it's more likely to be you. But yeah, so it does seem as like you don't necessarily know what to do. So if this is something where you're looking to get into a new relationship, it could be suggesting that you don't know what way to get into it. Maybe you feel like you don't know how to get into it. It could be maybe you're looking at, do you want to reconcile and you don't know how to go about it. Now, we do have a Three of Clouds. Now, that is the same as that Three of Swords. So it does suggest that there has been an element of heartbreak here. You are definitely hurt by something. We have a Nine of Clouds. So there's some sleepless nights, some stress, some worry, but it is in the reverse. So you are trying to come out of that, but sometimes you could find that you're in a little bit of depression, and you could be spiraling. So just bear that in mind that, it is something that will pass. You do have stability though. You are feeling like whatever has happened has been for the best. You are feeling more stable. You are feeling like you've got a lot of family and friends around you, and you've got some stability there. You've got the backing. You've got, how do I put it? maybe you were in a relationship before where things were not stable, but it suggests to me that you've made your way through. Yes, you're heartbroken. Yes, you've been thinking about things a lot, and you may not be over it yet. You may not be fully healed, but it looks to me like you've been going day by day, and you've managed to give yourself stability. You've got a good home. It looks like you've got people around you that support you as well. Now, in your person's energy, they've got a Ten of Swords. So they're trying to walk away from betrayal. So whether they're feeling like you've betrayed them, whether it's somebody new that's been betrayed by someone else, they've been stabbed in the back themselves. And they are trying to move away from any kind of betrayals themselves. So they could be very well just as hurt as what you've been. Now, it could even be a bit of self betrayal there that they're trying to get away from, maybe a bit of self sabotage. Let's get some clarification on this Ten of Swords. So I actually feel like they're probably the person that you were with, maybe an ex, or they are going through a divorce themselves. Again, we've got the Hierophant here, your Taurus card. Taurus, this is all about you. Um, so they are either not in a relationship, they've exited something that was potentially long term, or they're just not looking for anything at the moment. We also have a Prince of Torches in the reverse. So it suggests to me that they've been burnt, they've been betrayed. Again, that Ten of Swords is all about walking away from betrayal. The Prince of Torches is a bit of a liar, somebody that is not very, how do I put it? They're not very, they're not very emotionally intelligent. Sometimes to me, this is like a message that's come out of the blue that they weren't expecting, and it's kind of made them realize that there was a big fat lie there. So it's like they've been burnt. Um, Now this again could be somebody else. Like I say, it could be them going through a divorce of their own, a separation of their own. Could very well be that they've been hurt too. And we have a Five of Waves as well. So they're feeling very upset. They feel like they've lost out on something. They're very much crying over spilled milk. They feel like they have had the door shut on them. They're feeling a little bit abandoned too. So both of you look like you've got a lot of stuff going on. You look like you're in the more stable position, I'll be honest. Um, because from the look of it, you've got a good support network. Well, there where they may not have. Now, how you're currently viewing this as a relationship, we have a Knight of Wands. So this suggests to me that it might be more of a quick fling as how you're looking at it as a relationship at the moment. And that could very well be why we've got the Hierophant in the reverse. It doesn't look as though you would feel like it's going to last. That Knight of Wands is very much high passionate energy, but then it fizzles out. It charges in full speed. So to me, this looks as though there could have been a lot of energy, a lot of passion, a lot of drive going towards it, but it could very well have fizzled out or could be in danger of fizzling out at some point soon. There's that Justice card again. I know it's a different deck that it's come out, but so there's definitely some sort of legal case. So possibly it was a very swift relationship that you've got into. Um, I mean, it could just be that it's very quick and passionate, but divorces haven't finished. It could even be that you may have met somebody at a legal case. I think it's more that the passion has ended because we do also have an Ace of Torches in the reverse, which means somebody's lost momentum, somebody lost that passion and drive. And there's also strength here. So somebody needs to have a lot of strength, there's a lot of willpower um, to try and get them through. There's been a lot of emotional upheaval from what I can see. If this is a relationship between the two of you, there's been a bit of wishy-washy energy, possibly some sort of betrayal. Now, betrayal doesn't necessarily mean infidelity. It could just be a betrayal of trust. So, a bit of lying, could be spending money that what didn't belong to you. It could be a number of things. Maybe working too much and putting work over relationships. It very much suggests to me that, there's somebody who's had to have a lot of strength here because it looks as though there was a lot of passion, but it's just faded out. Now, in your challenge position, we've got this 10 of stones or 10 of coins again. So where you've got that, that's your challenge. So potentially having that, I mean, if this is a relationship that you're looking at getting into, possibly rekindling, your security is a bit of an issue, which is really weird. Maybe it's just the keeping that security and that stability that is going to be the challenge. Let's get some clarity on that, please, Spirit. Can't imagine it would be expecting you to. I mean, maybe it could be that you might have to relocate and where you feel happy and stable in what you're in. I mean, that could very much be what's gone on. It could be very much that you've got into this passionate relationship. Maybe you've got married and then all of a sudden you've realized that actually you don't want to live with them and they're feeling betrayed. So now it's all falling apart. I say you, it could be them that's decided that they don't want to move in. And it could be very much a home itself that could be the issue. So we've got two of torches. So somebody is being very selfish here. They don't want to wait. They're not being very patient at all. We've got an eight of clouds, so there's a lot of overthinking and keeping someone stuck. So very much no movement again. So maybe it is to do with a move. And then we have a queen of clouds. So somebody wants honesty and clarity. Now, to me, it looks very much as though it's to do with uh, stability itself. Stability itself looks as though it's the challenge. So whether that is stability of a home, because this is very much somebody wants to move and they want to move quick. They don't want to sit around and wait. They're fed up. They're extremely impatient. But somebody's taking a lot of time to deliberate and sit and think about stuff. Hasn't given an answer. Where this Queen of Clouds, she wants answers. She wants clarity. She's happy to put out the crap. So if it's something where it's just excuse after excuse, this Queen of Clouds is there to say enough's enough. So to me, it looks as though indecision here is potentially the issue. Indecision about stability. So indecision about the home, potentially jobs. Maybe it could be that maybe you're not allowed to have workplace relationships and it could have something to do with that. But it does suggest to me that your stability, what you class as being stable, is part of the issue. And it suggests to me that you might be doing a lot of overthinking of it, but they're trying to rush you for an answer. And that's the way I'm seeing it. It looks as though you don't want to take the crap and, from them trying to push you, but it also looks like they're trying to understand and get an answer from you as to why things aren't going to be moving. Now, in the outcome, we have an eight of coins in the reverse. So this suggests to me that somebody doesn't want to put in a lot of effort. It's the eight of coins. When it's in the upright, it's very much somebody in being extremely skilled at what they're doing, putting in a lot of effort, getting a lot out of it. In the reverse, it's not wanting to put in that effort anymore. Let's get some clarity on that. It can also indicate a loss of finances too. I think this is more to do with your independence. I think you may find stability in independence because we've got the nine of stones here, which is no longer being single or having a lack of independence. It can also be a lack of a loss of money as well. We've got a four of clouds in the reverse, so potentially some time out on your own, a bit of healing. But this is like isolation kind of energy as well. And we've then got the eight of waves So moving away from something into something that serves you better. We've got the Five of Torches, so possibly a bit of competition, maybe standing up for yourself, a few heated arguments, possibly. And we also have the Lovers, which is telling me that there is definitely some sort of happy outcome to this. There is a choice to be made, a choice between people, properties. It looks as though it is a choice, and it can also be you being on the same page as someone. So if a decision is made, to me, it looks as though it could be an end of being independent, to be honest. A move, it does look as though there might be a bit of a move on the go. And it looks like you might be choosing love, even though there might be a bit of conflict. Either I mean, it could be your person making the choice, but they're choosing love over being independent and being on their own. You know, they're making that move, even if there's a little bit of conflict, even if, I mean, it doesn't have to be conflict with yourself or with, it doesn't have to be conflict between the two of you. It could be conflict with other people. Maybe there's other people that are keeping either of you stuck in a particular situation or place. It could be family members or friends that could be a little bit argumentative. It could even be a job, for instance. You might be working in a particular place because you need to for work. But it does suggest to me that love's going to win out and possibly work might not. Um, but yeah, it does look as though there could be a little bit of a financial loss to do with a move. Again, that could be something that's keeping you stuck, thought of losing out money. Right, the energies that we've got out here. So we've got Gemini, we have got, what else have we got? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Leo, Libra, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, Taurus, and Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus again. So a bit of a mix. Let's get you some romance angels. So your person could be any one of those energies, but it doesn't have to be. If it resonated, it resonated. So we've got worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life, which is lovely. It could very well be that you're not being rushed into a decision. You choose to s- stay stuck. I'm going to love myself. And then somebody else comes along. We've got love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive, which we know. And obviously that again just kind of resonates about you loving yourself. And then forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. And there's definitely a need for some healing there. And it looks like both of you need to do some healing as well. And I'm going to get some more astrology signs for you, just in case there's any more confirmation anyone needs. You've had quite a few, so knowing me, you'll just get all the ones that haven't come out. Yeah, there's one. Get one more. So we've got Aries, Libra, and Aquarius. I hope you enjoyed your reading today, Taurus. If you did, don't forget to hit that thumbs up message. It will help pass. Sorry, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. It will help pass the message on to anyone else that needs to hear it. And if you want to hear more from me and you haven't subscribed already, if you press that subscription button and press the notification bell, it will let you know whenever I do post new content. Thank you very much for joining me and good luck.